The general limitations that we get when we are tracking indices and not getting ESG exposure per se is the fact that when you're looking at vanilla tracking, there's no mention of ESG factors. Immediately there, you are ruled out in terms of ESG factor pickup. And then when you're looking at the universe of stocks in the JSE, the fact that there's around 300 odd stocks, but the ones that are liquid and also investable are probably in the range of 80 to 90. So your universe is already shrunk a bit. So that's also a challenge as well in terms of picking up any ESG based on the fact that you are trying to track a certain index. And then when you translate that to factor investing, it's even more challenging because now the aim is not just to create an index that is based on market cap. There's also an exposure that you're trying to get from your fund, especially for the fund that we track, which is SmartCore, which is a multi-factor proprietary index that we create, which aims at picking up stocks that have good quality, value, and also momentum scores. In our construct of SmartCore, we consider quality, value, and momentum. It's very important to highlight that there is a very important correlation between quality and also good governance. So quality there, we're looking at a good balance sheet. So that also translates to the fact that to have a good balance sheet, you have to have good governance in a company. So that feeds into the fact that we also pick up better ESG factor versus the Capped So ESG factors are not explicitly considered when we construct SmartCore because the main aim there is to pick up quality, value, and also momentum factors for the strategy. But in the way that we construct is the fact that we're looking at large and mid-cap stocks, which have a size bias when comparing that to Capped. And this will also help with the fact that these companies disclose ESG data when comparing that to small caps. So SmartCore would pick up ESG better than Capped there. We've looked at the data historically where large and mid-cap stocks tend to be, when you're looking at the head count, it's about 100%, 90, 100% coverage when it comes to ESG data disclosure. But when you're looking at small cap stocks, there's about 60 to 65 coverage there. So they tend to have a lot less ESG disclosure. So because SmartCore is constructed using the large and mid-cap universe, we tend to pick up more. Even though SmartCore, when we construct it, doesn't consider ESG factors when we are constructing it. We do look at it when we are rebalancing the fund. It's very important to us to see that it's picking up more ESG factors than the Capped. So when we're doing the rebalancing and looking at all the data and we are about to trade into what we want for SmartCore, it's very important to see it, look at the data and see that the fund is actually picking up better ESG than the index that it's anchored to. So when it comes to hard exclusions, when you're constructing an index or any strategy, and you're adding more challenges because in the way that we construct it is we're looking at the large and mid-cap stocks. So the universe is already shrunk because of that. So when you start taking out stocks based on ESG factors, the universe is shrinking a bit more. Now you are also playing with the diversification of the fund because there's a lot less stocks that you're looking at. So the introduction of hard exclusion actually reduces that universe even more. So which is a problem when you are constructing SmartCore because you also want to anchor that to a benchmark like Capped where you are considering how far you are when it comes to sectors. So hard exclusions actually fluctuates the differences in sectors, which also plays into the fact that the strategy now is not going to be as diversified as the Capped index, which is very important when you're constructing a strategy like SmartCore.